Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is a good morning.
It is a very, very good morning.
Why is it a good morning?
It's a good morning because today is the day that we get to take this trailer in for service. So we told you recently that we weren't sure if we were going to be able to take it in on the 25th, and today is the 25th.
And we are taking it in.
And we are taking it in.
It's not resolved, the whole VIN issue, but they said, just bring it in. We know that you guys are the first time owners. We'll get it sorted, bring it in for service.
Yeah.
We'll get it worked out. So we're dropping it. They're gonna do the work, and I think they'll get it sorted. I'm not too worried about it. What about you?
No, I'm not worried at all. I mean, I think it'll be just fine. I'm excited to have some of these issues resolved.
Yep.
Kind of just feel like things are buttoned up.
Yes.
And then
before we hit the road again.
Yeah, and then that means we get to hit the road with a trailer that is fixed.
Has 2 ACs before we go.
Yeah, and has 2 ACs.
Well, we're chasing the sun, so we need those 2 ACs back.
Yeah, we gotta go try to find warm weather.
And yeah, so we're staying with a couple of friends and family members. It's gonna be like a big sleepover since we don't have a home right now.
We're dropping our home off.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. It's a fun opportunity to hang out.
Yeah, couple days to sleep over and hang out with friends and family.
Yep. Get to the drop. Tell the bag.
Everybody's favorite thing about living in an RV, I'm sure, is doing dishes. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. It's not too bad if you keep up with it, which this is kept up with. This is about surprisingly 1 day's worth. I mean, it should, a day and a half of dishes. So not too bad, but we got to get all the dishes put up and whatnot and tidy up so that we are good to go for this thing to be in service for a couple days. So
I finally agreed to let Jameson throw my whiteboard away. It was a staple in the apartment. Couldn't live without it. Here though, in 27 feet of space.
It takes up half the trailer.
There's really not a great place for it, sadly. So I'm saying goodbye to the whiteboard. And for another iteration of Gillespie's Need a Checklist, we tried to drive off without the levelers.
Man, one thing that we do not do well is clean up and tear down quickly. We were supposed to be at the dealership 15 minutes ago, and it's a 30-minute drive. So I don't know. We're still learning. Thought I missed that. Yeah, I did not expect to be this excited to drop the trailer off for service, but this means that once this is done, we will be free to hit the road again and go wherever we want. So, a couple days in the shop, things will be buttoned up and we are gonna be good to go.
Look out.
Look at all these Airstreams.
Look at all the Airstreams. Goodness, they are. Oh, look at that one. That one's cool. Look at that one.
The old one?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
How cute. There's more people camping, RVing than ever right now. We know that too. So between that and just the time and place that we're in history, I don't know. I think, have expectations that your service is probably running like the rest of the world right now, doing the best they can, super overloaded probably, and just be pleasantly persistent when something needs to get done, but at the same time, there's probably a good deal of understanding that goes into anything like this, service included. So there are just a ton of trailers here. I don't even know how many. Like, there's a lot going on. It's full in there, full out here. There's a lot going on. That being said, if they are able to get our service done in 3 days, that's gonna be super impressive, honestly. When we pulled up just now, Jameson put our trailer in the way when he went to go ask where we need to go and what we need to do. So we were parked in the way and he was gone. And I just backed up the trailer by myself. without him knowing. Granted, it was only 6 feet, but I did it. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. We got the trailer dropped off.
Drop off complete. They were great. Honestly, they were super awesome. So it's just like a weird thing that happened. Weird things happen. I'm totally confident that it'll get sorted. What about you?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, they're doing the service. They're not stressing us out about like the VIN issue. They're figuring it out with Airstream. We just need to bring our paperwork up here or send them our paperwork that we have. And yeah, they're super, super helpful. I mean, felt bad about it, but like it's fine. It's just like a weird thing.
Yeah, and it's not their fault at all.
Yeah.
It's just something
system.
happened, and we do have to
Things
get
happen.
it sorted out. So I'm gonna continue to talk to Tampa and whatnot and get that sorted. But you know, we're confident that we're on the right track and things are gonna get taken care of.
And they said it could be picked up tomorrow, so that would be sweet. I mean, that would super exceed our expectations because, like I said, they're swamped up there. You saw how many trailers they have sitting there for service. Like, they really have a well-oiled machine if they're able to get it in and out like that. I mean, yeah, I have no complaints about the whole process. It's a little bit of a bummer. Life happens. Like, things just happen in life. They're a little bit of a bummer. If that's the worst thing that happens to us this month, I mean, great, simple.
Right. Alright guys, so since we are waiting on our trailer to be done in service, we stayed the night over at our friend's house and it was great. Took a nice hot shower with extremely high water pressure, so couldn't be more happy about that. But guess what? It's been one day, really just barely over a day, and we're going to pick up the trailer, so I'm pumped. Let's do it. That was seamless. I mean, dropped it off yesterday and we got all issues taken care of, all under warranty.
Like 15 things.
Yeah, like 15 things.
Yeah.
And so we are super pleased. Couldn't be more happy with the level of service here at Airstream of DFW. So definitely just makes us feel really good about when we do come back in town. You know, if we do have things we need done each time we come back, then we have full confidence that this is a great place to do it at. So.
And artichoke, that seems like a really good card. If this card was an artichoke, then put a card from the garden rail.
Good morning. So we stayed another night at Devan's sister's. Oh my gosh, I'm clearly not awake. Well, good morning. So we stayed another night over at Devan's sister and brother-in-law's house, and it was great. We had fun, played some more games. Today I need to move the trailer to a new spot, probably back close to our storage unit, because it is time to start preparing to leave now that service is done. We've got appointments taken care of, all of that. Then we're gonna hit the road. Okay, so we got backed in here, and we love this spot. This has quickly become one of our favorites here, but I started to unhook and then quickly realized that I forgot to level. So before you unhook, make sure you level. I use this app. It's called LevelMate Pro, and you can see it's 3 1/4 inches. 3 1/4 inches? 3 inches and a quarter? I don't know. It's that much on level, and Usually if it's like half an inch, I'll just leave it. But that's pretty drastic, so I need to make sure I do that before we are fully unhooked from the truck. Well, I went too far. I have to pull up and try again.
Oh my god.
That scare you?
Yes, that scared me.
So setting up in the dark is less than ideal. You miss things. I'm rushing because I got somewhere to go, but when I realized that I did not level, I moved the trailer back further than Devan had originally set me up for, and she usually is looking at the parking curbs to make sure that I can put the stabilizer jacks down. So when I did that, I backed directly, there's the jack, and there's the curb. So I backed directly over the curb. So not helpful. Gonna have to leave it as is for tonight, and in the morning what I'll do is just hitch up and I'll correct that little error. Okay guys, so we got the trailer back from service, and we showed you what was wrong with it early on. It only took about a day, so let's go ahead and look at the results and everything that they did. We got the awning, first of all. So the awning issue is basically what was happening is that these arms were shifting, and these like gas pistons were not closing at the same rate, which was causing the fabric to cone. Basically, let me get up here. Like this was overlapping on here, and so it was not allowing the awning to shut all the way, and it was just overall not a good situation. There was a lot of tension in these arms, so that was one of the big things I'm really thankful we were able to get resolved really with no issues at all. Okay. Secondly, we got the stairs. I had heard that it was a spring, and so that's what I told them because they weren't sure either. I was like, I think it's a spring, I don't know. Well, they when they went to go look at it, basically, I don't know where it is. I think it might be a mechanism somewhere like in here, but basically there was a lot of sand because we were in Michigan, and in a lot of our spots there were like the soil was just straight sand. So sand had gunked up in there, which was allowing this to, or not allowing it to stay closed while we drove. So all they did was clear it out, clean it, and now when we drive, it stays closed. There's two more things on the other side that we needed resolved on the outside, and then we'll show you what's going on the inside. So you'll remember the furnace vent right here was pulling in on the aluminum. I really had no expectation that they would be able to resolve it, and that's kind of true. They didn't completely resolve it, but they did pull it off, and I think there's some clips in here that were too tight, right? Is that right, Devan? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that he adjusted some clips in here, and it pulled out the aluminum a little bit. But Dev, remember what you did? Stand right here, and you'll still see how your reflection is distorted. You see it?
We're fine. And bubble. It's a lot better though. It really is.
Yeah, so I think it's not as noticeable, which is good. And then the only other thing, which is really small, but it was just kind of one of those annoyances. The gray water handle, this was not closing all the way. And so I haven't even looked at it. I don't know what they did exactly, because this one has a nut on it, and they took the nut off of this one. I don't know what they did, but they did fix it, so I'm happy with it. There is good news on the inside that starts with the outside right here where we have our fresh water.
Guess what?
Guess what? We can now utilize our freshwater tank again because we have a brand new water pump. Hallelujah! Hallelujah. All right, let's go to the inside.
Okay, it feels really good to be back home. We spent a couple of nights, like we said, elsewhere, and it was really fun to have sleepovers with our friends and family, but it feels really nice to be back home too and have all these little fixes done. So let's walk through now some of the things that they did in here. First, the most exciting one, I think we would all agree at this point, is that we now have a fully functioning water pump. So let's check it out. All right, so we're gonna turn it on. We're gonna check our fresh, so we've got 25% in there. And water. That's gonna make for some good boondocking. All right, we had a crack up here, which really we just wanted to show them because we have seen like instances where these can fall off if for some reason, I don't really know why. I would guess maybe because a big crack got in it and then they hit a bump. But to try to avoid that, we just pointed out the crack. They did some kind of filling on it. It kind of looks weird. We don't really care. We just didn't want it to fall down and like destroy the kitchen. So we're good with that. Another thing that we brought up, this little, and I don't think we showed this on our video, but this little panel back here would kind of pop up, and so it would do like this like bowing thing, and they secured that for us, which is really nice, so seamless again. And now we can start to head back this way. Oh, another little thing, this refrigerator latch wasn't totally closing all the way, so they strengthened that for us. I mean, it was closing, it just wasn't tight, so they tightened it up, helped us out with that, which was great. Alright, so we had broken this and they replaced it for us. Thankfully, I think they had one on hand, right, Jim? So, this was something that we did, and they were able to replace that, which we're thankful for. Now, we're not super concerned about this. It's probably expensive to fix, and it's on us, so we probably are just going to do something like, I don't know, fill it, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think we'll figure out how much it costs. I would rather replace it rather than fill it, but it's not like urgent. It's not pressing. So. Right.
And then while we're down here, our water little, what is this called? This,
the seal.
The seal, just wasn't maybe installed the best, and so every time we take a shower, basically we're having to line this with something to catch all the water. And James just actually took a shower, and there was a little bit of dripping here still, but not bad, and maybe there's something we can do. It seems like there's just one little spot where it was dripping out a little bit, so mostly better, but we may still need to do something with that. Not a big deal. Now, exciting, because we do have, in Texas and in Florida, I don't know if they'll even let you buy an Airstream without 2 AC, so, or if they even send any that way that don't have 2 AC, so we now have a fixed AC. You may remember in our like problem video that it sounded like a helicopter was getting ready to take off in here if we tried to turn it on. So the problem was one of the screws does get loose and kind of falls off, and then it makes this rattly sound. What they did at the Airstream of DFW in Fort Worth is they added like this rubber nut. Was it, James?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So basically that keeps it from sort of rattling off and having the same issue in just a little while. So we should be good, and he actually went ahead and did it on our other AC as well, so we shouldn't have that problem again.
So first time we've turned this on though.
Yeah, so
let's see if it's actually worked.
Yeah, I imagine it doesn't sound that way anymore, but you're gonna find out with us, so let's see. Alright, let's turn it on. Zone 1.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And maybe turn it down a little because it is a little cool outside today. Get it going. See what happens. That works. Pretty happy about that. So with that, I think we're all fixed up and ready to hit the road. What do you think, James?
I think so. We got one more week.
Yeah, so we'll have some things to accomplish this week that we'll share with you guys. But we're about ready to go. I'm still hanging on, but something brings me back to you. Back to you.